Okay, so hopefully you paused and now you're back. This is the second part. Thank you for joining me. I am going to edit this later.
Right on the button of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Hopefully you can match up your WWE network to what's happening on my screen. And I think mine just skipped. Because we're at... Okay, there's a chop. Yeah, mine just accidentally skipped. Sorry about that, guys. There's another chop. It does that sometimes. There's another chop. There's another chop. Again, you're going to have to line it up now. Flair just went over the turnbuckle, goes up, probably going for a crossbody, gets it. Steamboat reverses it. Nothing. Flair kicked out. Like, that was a lot of running there, considering that the match has been going on for some time now. And Flair just went low. And there's the figure four. Looks like we're about to go home here.
This is Flair's forte. He knows how to hurt you. He knows how to apply the pressure. He can make this so excruciating that if you don't give up, your knee could literally be broken.
And Flair's cheating again, going for the ropes. Hopefully you found your place in what you're viewing. Sorry for the choppiness. I'll probably fix it by tomorrow. I'll uninstall and reinstall the network. The fans are going crazy, popping for Steamboat right now. Some fans are cheering for Flair doing the Four Horsemen. Got the 2 count. Steamboat kicked out. Just a great match. Now, the only reason Steamboat's legs would hurt are because of the work rate. Now, Steamboat just tapped. He just tapped. But it's the 1980s, so it doesn't count. Yeah, the only reason Steamboat's legs would hurt is because of the work rate and the fact that they've been running around all over the effing ring for the entirety of this match. Crusty elbows there by the ref. Should probably buy some cocoa butter or something.
He's in the middle of the ring. He can't get hold of the rope, so he's got to turn this around.
Flair's got that figure four locked in for a while here. Steamboat keeps kicking out at one. Fighting spirit, not wanting to show weakness. The ref's caught Flair, so he's gonna make him break the hold. Showing brilliant selling by Steamboat on the legs there. Excuse me. I'm unsure if his legs were just asleep or if they actually hurt, but that looked really good when he let go of the figure four. And now Steamboat's legs are hurt, so he's not going to be able to run around as much. Oh no, he's fighting back now. And again, Steamboat still only chopping, staying face here. Oh, there's a right to the sternum. So now Steamboat is also getting, what's the word I'm searching for? Desperate. He's getting desperate. Now Steamboat's throwing close punches. He's getting desperate. So now we're supposed to know that we're close to the go home here. Went for a big chop there, missed it, and now they both go over the top rope, which again, there's no way that can't hurt. The ropes are tight and they hurt when you bounce off of them, and then when you hit the side of the mat there, that had to hurt as well when they both hit the side of the mat there. And then you have to take into account that they were both upside down for a part of that spot. So very scary things that they just did there. But now they are chopping each other on the outside, and all the rules are out of the window. You see the sweat, and there's the corner spot. That's the same spot that Hogan used to beat Andre. So when you use the post there, that can beat anybody. Like, that's supposed to be like a go-to if you're fighting somebody that's better than you. And Flair just pretty much admitted by using it that Steamboat is quicker, faster, just overall better. But Steamboat isn't selling it as much because it hit his shoulder and not his face, like Hogan did with Andre. Now it looks like we're gonna get a suplex from the outside. Beautiful. Just holding him there is a Flair. Takes a lot of strength to do that. Takes a lot of trust on the side of Steamboat because if Flair drops him, he falls on his head. That's it, dudes. That's it. 2.5, really good match so far. Classic, I apologize that it skipped or whatever. I'm sure you could have heard it when it happened. So hopefully you were able to get back to where I was. Looks like a backdrop. Sheer drop, backdrop. Nice of them to trust each other like that. You could tell these two really trusted each other because they're doing moves that for the time were very, very dangerous. Obviously nowadays we consider them, nothing. We consider them as openers to a match. But the truth is, any one of those things, if done wrong, can fuck you up. Steamboat is doing a great job of selling that he's tired, probably because he is. He's done a lot of running in this match. Okay, now Flair's using the ropes, being the heel that he is. Got a 2. Steamboat barely able to get it up. Got him. Pause. Steamboat barely able to get it up. That's funny. Jim Ross says that's another thing. Okay. Roll up schoolboy. Because again, Steamboat's the good guy. He's not willing to cheat. He uses moves such as the schoolboy in hopes of getting a surprise. Really well done. Steamboat hits the ropes, tries to go for a crossbody, misses, hits his face right on the canvas, and it's not a freaking trampoline. It somewhat hurts. I would imagine it hurts a lot. Well, not too much, but a good amount. I remember when I was in the ring as a child, I stepped on it, and there was very little give. It wasn't. That's just beautiful. That's poetry in motion. It's poetry in motion. There's very little give. It's not a bed. That was some really nice chain wrestling there, and Flair uses the rope. Really good, really good. Again, it's the first use of the rope, so if you're there live, you may have already forgotten that the ropes can be used to break up pins since there's been so many effing pins. Okay, he reverses the hip toss here, going for a backslide. And again, the story here is that they're losing strength, they're losing stamina as the match progresses. Really good story so far. And the story is that Steamboat was ahead, but now we've seen that Flair has chopped him down. He's used illegal moves. He's used his figure 4. Flair is now the stronger and the faster of the two because he used his dirty tactics, his cheating basically, to get to this point. So now they're both basically on an even playing field. If not, okay, there's a clothesline there. And Steamboat clearly knocks Flair down. So now Steamboat's in the upright position. He's dropping down chops on Flair. Steamboat is yet again the stronger of the two, but it took a clothesline. It took everything he had. So now we know that they're both tired. There was a jumping shoulder block that Steamboat won. So again, there's the reminder that Steamboat is the stronger, he is the faster, and he's getting his proverbial second win. Beautiful top rope tomahawk chop. Way better than Tatanka used to do. I saw that was on Reddit today. It is a shit move. But so yeah, Dragon's reaching down. That's the story here, that he shouldn't be able to do this, but he can. There's a top rope body, top rope cross body, top rope body splash is what I was gonna say, but that doesn't work. But we have some shenanigans here because the ref is down as well. So the ultimate heel move, Rick took somebody else down with him. And then we have a schoolboy and Rick's grabbing the tights. But there's no referee. There's no referee. As we see, Flair had the win there. 1, 2, 3. Flair would have won. So that's the story. Flair already had the win. Flair rakes the eyes, willing to do anything to win this match, even though he's not the stronger, he's not the fastest, and he's not the one with the most stamina. Steamboat's going back on top. He held on, and he misses it. He misses a big splash. Uses his arms to not hit his face too bad there. And now he's going for the figure four, but he gets caught because if you notice, he went for the figure four earlier, and Steamboat wins by roll up like a good face should. That is the end of the match. I'm tired just from watching it. Um, it's the great heel versus the great face. The great bad guy versus the great good guy. Flair took him the entire match, but he had him beat using his bad guy tactics. If you notice, when he went for the schoolboy, Flair also pulled out a schoolboy to show he's somewhat of a good guy. He did the schoolboy, but he grabbed the tights, so he cheated even when he was a good guy. And he got the pin on Steamboat. There was a 1, there was a 2, there was a 3. But the fact that he was a bad guy and grabbed the referee for the splash made him lose. That was his mistake, and that is why Steamboat wins the match. After that, which they're showing the replay of now, Flair goes for the figure four, which he went for earlier. And the rules of wrestling dictate that when you're in a classic and you go for a move more than once, then it gets reversed. And Steamboat reverses it, gets the 3 count. He's the face. He's the good guy. He wins via roll-up, which is always good because it's a big surprise and nobody expects it. And that's the end of a classic, an all-time classic. Excuse me. So I'm gonna stop the video here. At 2:25. So that's an all-time classic, and for good reason. There's a glorious mullet on my screen. I don't need to see that, so I'm gonna back out. If you're wondering why that's a classic, I pretty much just explained it to you. The heel versus face dynamic is done in every single motion of the match. There's very few moments that are not used to tell a story. The work rate is top notch. They were running for most of the match. There's very few spots in which they're catching a breather. It isn't as dangerous as we're used to seeing now. Some of the moves are not as flashy, but the story they tell, the acting that is put on display, and the athleticism and the stamina that it took to have that match is still worthy of respect. I would still rate it a 5, especially knowing that that match happened in the 80s. But I understand why many would say it isn't that good. But hopefully you get a new appreciation of it thanks to this little reaction video. That was not the first time I watched that, but tomorrow will be the first time I watch Steamboat versus Flair 2. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Thank you for watching. As always, V for victory, and have a good night.